Hello, I'm Joe Wiengand.
And I'm Dennis Tuberty.
I travel the country portraying Theodore Roosevelt on stage, and of course, Theodore Roosevelt was the colonel of the 1st United States Volunteer Cavalry, the Rough Riders.
And I portray a Rough Rider.
Dennis portrays a sergeant from Troop A. 200 Rough Riders mustered in here at Fort Whipple, nearby Prescott, in 1898, in April of that month, and then headed by train to San Antonio. Most of the soldiers that left from Arizona wound up going to Cuba and fighting in that war. Captain Bucky O'Neill, the mayor of Prescott, made the ultimate sacrifice July 1st, 1898. He's remembered here on the north side of the Yavapai County Courthouse with an amazing statue by Solon Borglum. Now, that's the brother of Gutzon Borglum that gave us Mount Rushmore. But here at the Western Heritage Center, there's also a wonderful display about a local man who was a Rough Rider who went with the troops to San Antonio and to Tampa, and there remained, as about a third of the Rough Riders did. So, Dennis, you portray a Rough Rider that went to Cuba, but Lieutenant Winchy was one of those soldiers that stayed behind in Tampa. What does it mean to you to have a display of an authentic Rough Rider here at the Western Heritage Center?
It's a great honor, very great honor. And I greet the folks and the visitors coming in from out of town, and I'm in my uniform, and then it's a natural way of bringing them in, welcoming them to our displays here. We have this wonderful, authentic uniforms of Lieutenant Winchy. He was the lieutenant of all the quartermasters, and he's the one who purchased and had the horses trained. But when they couldn't take them to Cuba, he had to take them back to New York, and he was told to sell them, you know, to get their money back from it, because it was privately funded, I believe. And
Sergeant Tuberty knows just how important the quartermaster is to the operations of a regiment and to the troops. And sadly, Lieutenant Winchy died the same year that he returned from the war in October of 1898. And many men who did spend time in Florida have suffered just the same sorts of diseases of malaria and yellow fever and typhoid that some of the troops in Cuba experienced.
that's true, yes.
Well, I want to thank Dennis and everyone here at the Western Heritage Center for keeping history alive. Come and see the Western Heritage Center on Whiskey Row and remember the history of the people of Arizona Territory and Prescott.